Welcome back, Mark. So we did an intro after 2 years from the last set of videos, and we talked about a number of things, and one of them was multi-hypervisor, because Tintri originally was very VMware focused. So how's that changed?
Yeah, another great question, Lee. So, I mean, the key thing I would probably start with is that Tintri was always designed to be VM aware as opposed to being VMware aware, if that makes sense. So we have a protocol management layer that's built into the product that allows us to adapt to the different hypervisors that are out there. Now, in the early days, obviously, VMware was by far the market leader, so it made perfect sense to start with VMware. And obviously, with the heritage of Dr. Kieran Harty, our founder, obviously he ran engineering for VMware from pre-product, so the whole concept of server virtualization, the hypervisor, etc., was designed under Kieran's leadership. So it made perfect sense to start with VMware. However, over time, things are changing and we're getting into more and more diverse applications and environments, and customers have asked us to be able to support different hypervisors. So we're seeing quite a lot of Hyper-V type deployments, and depending on the country, some countries are more advanced with Hyper-V than others, so customers want choice. So we added support for Hyper-V, but we also added support for Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization. We added support for Citrix Zen Server, and we also added support for different distributions of OpenStack.
Okay, so how do you think things are changing on the Hyper-V side? Do you think it's growing rapidly?
Yeah, we're seeing more and more Hyper-V based deployments. Originally I would have said that a lot of SMB type customers started to use Hyper-V. The larger enterprises were typically on the VMware side of things. The kinds of shifts I've seen since we last recorded the videos 2 years ago is that more and more customers are saying, well, we're actually investigating Hyper-V. Now, it might be for test and development environments, and they might be running production still on VMware, but I'm also seeing more and more customers that are saying, we're actually going to make a wholesale shift to Hyper-V. And much of that is around licensing and cost. It's perceived to be vastly cheaper to go down the Hyper-V route. But I'm even now talking to very large service providers that you may naturally expect them to be looking at, say, OpenStack, for example, but they're actually going down the Hyper-V route. So some of our European service providers are absolutely looking at Hyper-V right now and testing Tintri in that specific environment.
Does it affect things in the way that you report data using different hypervisors, or is it very similar?
Well, the great thing with Tintri is we provide the same per VM reporting across all the different hypervisor types, and they can coexist on the same platform. So it's infinitely possible for you to be running VMware, Hyper-V, and any one of the other hypervisors, for example, on the same platform at the same time, and be typically getting the same kind of reporting capabilities that have existed from day one on the VMware side of things. You won't necessarily always get exactly the same data management capabilities because certain hypervisors just don't have the APIs, the hooks to allow you to do certain types of things like snapshots, for example. But for the most part, they behave very well. They look and feel exactly the same.
That sounds really good. Thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you.